results of findings that I ran those tests on you, and we took those x-rays, and we're going to see, I'm going to show you what came out. Now, your initial complaint you came in with was low back pain.
Mm-hmm.
In general, I think that has a lot to do with your occupation of being a truck driver,
Okay.
where you have to sit a long time, and that really puts some strain on the pelvis. And also, I think the auto accident you had 5 years ago,
Yeah.
with the whiplash, I think that's got a lot to do with the headaches you're having.
Okay.
And the other thing about your complaints was the indigestion. And I noticed you said as a truck driver you eat a lot out, truck stops and.
Yeah. When I'm on the road, it's hard to have a home cooked meal or to do,
Yeah. I understand. And I think that, that even though you're pressed for time and you need to keep moving, I think that your diet might really benefit, your body might benefit from a change in your diet.
Okay.
So we can talk a bit more about that. Now I ran some tests on you. They were tests of your hip.
Okay.
Your hip is made up of really two bones. There's a sacrum, like your tailbone, basically,
Okay.
and then there's a hip bone that comes in and connects to it, and it creates a little joint.
Okay.
It's called the sacroiliac joint, and it's a big fancy word. You don't need to worry so much about that as just to understand that that's the sort of the foundation of your whole spine.
Okay.
And as you can see here on your x-ray, there's a little space here.
Yeah.
You can see this is that bone I was talking about, that triangle.
Yeah.
And then there's this other bone, this is your hip, and when they come together, see how there's a space and how there isn't a space over here?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that has a lot to do with why your back is hurting.
Okay.
And one of the things that happens is when you sit a long time as a truck driver, is it puts extra stress on that joint.
Okay.
So, your occupation is such that it really doesn't help that, and in fact, it might make it worse.
Okay.
Also, we did an x-ray of your neck over here, and you can see, a normal neck, over on the wall over there, in that image is a curve in the neck,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
You don't have a curve in
Yeah,
your
I see
neck.
that.
Yeah, it's just a straight line.
Okay.
And that shows degeneration of the cervical spine.
Okay.
Now remember we talked about the whiplash. It's quite possible that came about because of the whiplash, that there was the motion of putting your head back and moving it forward.
Sure. Yeah.
Put some stress on the neck and cause the vertebra to move out of alignment.
Okay.
And so I think that has something to do with it too. Now when we ran the ranges of motion for your neck, you could move it more to the left than you could to the right.
Yeah.
And then you could move it pretty normal looking down, but when you looked up, it was all locked up in here.
Yeah,
The muscles,
I remember that.
Yeah, and the muscles, remember how tight the muscles were?
Yes.
And in the shoulder, especially on the left side?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well that, when we did those range of motion findings, it made sense that the muscles were tight, and that was limiting some of your motion, but also that you can see here, especially these two vertebrae here,
Yeah.
C1 and C2 are out of alignment with each other.
Okay.
And C1 does a lot of this
Yeah.
motion, and C2 does a lot of this motion. And
Okay.
so what I'm seeing here is more evidence that what you really have is a chiropractic problem, and it's something that we can help you with.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it's actually, it's not good that you're suffering, and it's not good that you're in pain, but it's good in that these are treatable conditions that we can help through chiropractic, I think.
Okay.
Now, on your thoracic x-ray over here, which is the middle of your back, you also can see a vertebra kind of out of alignment over here.
Yeah.
And if you look at another one of the charts over there, it'll show you that the nerves come out from that vertebra,
Mm-hmm.
and they go actually to the stomach.
Oh.
Right?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And so, and the nervous system controls every cell in your body.
Okay.
Right? So, if there's a pressure on the nerve coming out of the vertebra, and interferes with the signal going to the stomach isn't able to sort of do things the way it's supposed to.
Sure, okay.
You know, it's supposed to regulate, know when to turn on and when to turn off, and yours is kind of, I think, out of whack. And I think because of the truck stops,
Yeah,
that also causes a problem. And it's actually, you know, we talk about in chiropractic, we talk about physical stressors like accidents, but also biochemical stressors. And that would be a chemical stressor. It would be, you know, not eating well, you know.
Okay.
And, you know, so we can talk about ways. And so we talked about range of motion. Your left leg was short.
okay,
And that's just sort of an indicator that your pelvis is out of whack. And we kind of already went over that
yeah,
with the sacroiliac joint that I was talking to you about. So, there's that. Now, let's see, what else did I find? We talked about the muscles, a lot of the muscles on the left side, in the neck, in the shoulders. They have a bunch of fancy names. The other thing with the muscles on your right side, interestingly enough, are weak. So there's kind of an imbalance. And when your muscles are imbalanced, it'll pull and it'll tug on your spine, and that'll make the vertebra move out of alignment with each other.
okay,
And so that also is a reason why you might be experiencing the pain.
okay,
When I felt around your sacrum,
mhm,
there was a lot of squishiness
okay,
to it. That's called edema. It's fluid, and that indicates that there was an injury to that joint, and there's now inflammation. It also felt hotter.
okay,
You know, so we have, you know, pain, inflammation. There was some redness, some swelling. So that really indicates to me that, you know, that is one of your major issues, as well as the tension up here, of course, naturally relating to the neck, and the alignment of the vertebra. Again, the idea with chiropractic is that the nervous system controls every organ and system in the body.
okay,
And so when these vertebrae are out of alignment, as I'm showing you here, it's going to create interference. And it's also going to create pain. And pain is the body's way of telling you that something's wrong.
okay,
And so, you know, if you go to the pharmacist or the doctor and they give you pain relievers, well, that doesn't really correct the cause of your pain. What we're talking about here is the cause of the problems you're having. And so what I want to do with you is help get to the cause of your problems and correct them.
okay,
You know, just taking pain relievers, it does get rid of the pain temporarily, but then
Yes.
you notice the pain keeps coming back.
yes,
And it's because the pain relievers didn't fix the problem.
okay,
Right, so again, I want to really emphasize that this is a problem fixing
okay,
thing. So, would it be possible for you to maybe pack meals with you and bring food with you?
yeah, I
When you
could
drive your truck?
definitely start doing that, you know, at least cut down, you know, try gradually cutting down on the days that I eat out on the
Yeah.
truck and, you know, stuff like that.
That-
It's definitely something to work towards a goal, yeah,
Yeah, and you know, especially sort of the foods that like the fried food,
Yeah.
the salty food.
Mhm.
Those really take a lot of energy for your body to digest.
mhm,
And so that's just gonna, even if I put this thoracic, middle of your back vertebra back in alignment, it might keep falling back out because I haven't corrected, or we haven't dealt with, excuse me, the physiological
okay,
component of the food.
right, okay,
So,
gotcha,
that's part of, you know, we wanna get you, initially we wanna see you more often, but eventually, you know, we wanna get you on maintenance care.
okay,
And so the first step of care is what we call corrective care.
okay,
And so it's going to involve you coming in fairly regularly.
okay,
We're recommending 3 times a week,
okay,
and we're going to do that for 12 weeks. Now, it takes time. It took time for the problem to get here,
sure,
and it's going to take time for the problem to go away.
okay,
Right? So I need you to understand that you know, so much of our world is about quick fixes and instant
Right,
results, and you know, we're really taught that that's what we should expect. But to really correct the cause of the problem, we need to take more time.
Okay,
And so that's why I'm asking you to come so frequently. So we'll do that 3 times a week for 12 weeks, and then we'll do a reevaluation. We're going
Okay.
to run a lot of the same tests, we'll take another set of x-rays, and we're going to look for changes. And what we want to see is not only you saying that you feel better, but
Okay.
us also seeing some changes that show it as well. The other things I would really like to have you start doing is when you're driving, at least every hour, hour and a half, if you could pull over to a rest stop and stand.
okay,
And you don't have to, stand for half an hour. You can just get up and walk around a little bit. But I think that's really gonna help stop aggravating this low back problem in the
Okay.
pelvis that I was telling you about.
okay,
Because that, like I said before, sitting really aggravates that. So if you
Yeah.
can just get up and walk around a little bit, I think that'll help take a lot of the stress. And what you'll find is when you start doing that, you're better able to hold your adjustments.
okay,
And the other thing is, there's sort of some muscle asymmetry. That means one side is stronger than the other. So if you could get involved in some exercise that would help you to sort of balance the muscles and keep them so they're both sort of tugging
Okay.
equally on each side,
sure,
that'll help keep your spine in balance. Plus, stronger muscles help support the spine being in the place it needs to be. So the combination of them being stronger and being equally stronger
okay,
should really help hold those adjustments. So today, let's see, we're going to start you coming on July 1st, and that also happens to be the date of our new patient orientation.
okay,
And that's where you're coming in. We're just going to talk a bit more about the wellness lifestyle.
okay,
What we're looking for not just is to get you out of pain and to get your symptoms better, but we really want to have you participate in a preventive form of healthcare,
okay,
right? So it's not just about fixing problems, it's about preventing problems in the future. So
Okay.
even after we get rid of your symptoms and we get your spine straightened out, you're feeling better, we're still going to want you to come back in periodically and get your spine checked to make sure that there aren't new problems forming.
Okay.
And problems can start before you have symptoms,
okay,
right? So we really want to sort of get to the point where we're preventing things from happening. And part of prevention is coming in and getting your spine checked, just like you get your teeth checked,
sure,
right? Go to the dentist periodically.
yes,
Part of prevention is exercising, and part of prevention is eating well,
okay.
And so, are there any questions that you might have for me?
No, I think I'm ready to get started on this program and, yeah,
Okay, that sounds great. Well, again, we'll start up July 1st.
okay,
And
perfect.
it's been a pleasure talking with you,
You
and I
too.
look forward to working with you as a
Okay,
patient.
sounds good, thank you.
All right,
Have a great day.
thanks, you too.